The wars of men should not be your main concern. The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against malevolence and trickery. You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you. Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even now, he judges your words and actions. The wars of men, an accident of nature, but the punishment of a divine will.
I cannot enter.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. Goodbye, then. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
So, you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fibre.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in her country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad. And dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are in...
Quite a judge...
But you...
I am. Have you any...
No.
Where did...
I said...
You sent him on some...
As a true believer.
I have heard enough for today.
desertion and despair.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Are you aware that your life...
But... If... Well...
Man... If... But are you... What do you remember? My... Tell me, Mr. In this... If such...
Oh, yeah?
Do you...
What? Not much.
And...
Me... What?
I'll leave you alone. Hello again, miss. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Tell me about... Very well.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're...
Dr. Reed?
I heard you're...
I don't know. He spends...
Have you...
I'll...
What is he? So you...
Whitechapel?
That's quite...
Not at all.
What?
There's a...
If...
Yeah.
Goodbye. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in. Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again. Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing...
Give me a drink! Razvan, can you hear my voice? I need help!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. Bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. Yes. Yes. I have this, nurse. Allow me to finish the procedure alone. I need the room.
I'd prefer to stay and see this through. This is my patient, Doctor. I have needle and thread for stitching the wound.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Here to test my bedside manners.
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justice. Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory.
This one stinks already. Hey, you kidding! Oh, shit! Pay for that!
Good evening, my dear.
I'd like to see what...
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you have the money.
History seems to get uglier every year. Maybe it's time to see if this Christina is still working nearby.
blood. I can't believe I'm doing this. Despicable. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill it, boy! Crush the leaves, boys! Die, Vermin! That's what you do with leeches. Die, vermin! Die, vermin! Burn, burn!
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
You killed him. He trusted you. And you killed him.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter. His cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward.
Anyway,
I see.
the case is closed.
So who...
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn... He is trying to find a solution for our... hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
And no one...
As you well know.
What do you...
The
I know this is...
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must...
And who bestowed...
My mate...
Very... Why did you say...
I could No.
What time?
Not...
How...
Me?
I don't...
That...
So...
yeah.
So... Other... What do you mean?
Every now and...
Well,
I do vamp...
When
Though... They had... More...
I
think... Yeah.
I bid you for... I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. It's locked, all right. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? The flower's dying. It needs water. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional...
Please, speak.
This strain of...
Really?
I've just...
This is...
But
John...
What on earth?
Why you...
But will... Yes?
I'm afraid...
My sister.
She's...
I see.
I'm sorry.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
He's mine! We have to stop it! Murdering bastard! Bloody lead! I'll put an end to you! A leech! Murdering bastard! Over there! There's one of the...
dear sister. I don't know if I have the strength.
What do you want?
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know.
I'm Dr.
I am...
I can't believe I'm doing this. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary? and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place.
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? If I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life.
You're a good person, Jonathan.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must...
How can I? I've destroyed my family. My poor mother.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies. Feeding your remorse.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends.
You may be right.
Of course.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Best run along home, sir. Not a safe place right now. I shall fear no evil. Die! Bloody little...
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Just know, I cared for her.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She was murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
This one's a top! Watch it! It's a kid!
have this thirst for blood. remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me. Made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you
be stilled.
What is it you seek? This.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Are you worried about the situation?
Of course, you're right.
But you mentioned that
she...
Very well.
Jonathan, please, I can't rely on anyone else.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her lady...
Please then, tell...
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected.
So Hampton became more beast than...
Exactly. And now God...
Rest assured,
McCallum is a fanatic. The guard will stop it...
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Watch yourselves!
It's locked.
This is no place for a gentleman. Are you deaf? Leech spotted! Watch out, boys! Fuck, it's fast! Grenade! No!
My guess is they're recruiting for some vengeance.
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our...
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bows, just so you remember it.
Do you know where I can find Sean
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to...
He was one of my patients.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You...
Goodbye. Good evening, miss.
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here for chat...
Miss Ed...
I'm looking...
Sad.
Yes, he was.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news.
Can I...
As long as you...
My word.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth. For teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Don't take it personally. I spent...
Yeah.
I'm just...
I'm looking...
I really don't know.
Who could...
About the sad saint.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You remember me?
Of course I do.
Thank you for your hospitality.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton.
I heard the sad saint was recovering.
The important thing...
Why not try his night asylum?
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here.
Good.
I should just run as far away.
The sewer dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Perhaps we should have listened to what the idiot had to say first.
I cannot enter.
The power of the Lord commands you!
can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
Not a good place for a stroll. Did you hear me? Over there! There's one of them! Watch yourself! Bloody leech!
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
Fuck, he's dead!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast. It's locked. cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Easy does it, boys! Die, vermin! Die, vermin!
There is still much work to do.
Good evening, miss.
A fancy...
And what about...
You want...
I'm looking...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the...
He was a patient of mine at the Pembroke Hospital.
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and dedicated...
Good.
Come now, Lottie. There is still much work to do.
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all?
This is a blessing for me.
Since you left
Ask what you will.
Why did you kill Miss Jones at the...
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doctor. Why would I do such a thing?
People have been murdered.
Have a little faith, Doctor.
How do you plan?
Take this key.
I will not look kindly.
I'll be here.
What have we here? Lost your horse, Governor? Or are you just out of your mind?
Lord, give us strength! It's one of them vermin!
This door's solid. Means someone's serious about keeping people out. First place to look.
Easy does it, boys!
The beast must die! It's done for...
That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level. That doesn't work. That gate should shut properly now. That doesn't work. can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. It's locked.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. You'll learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! Whence you flashed on slaughtering scouts while singing your name!
At least one skull escaped Fergal's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far. How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back to the streets and houses. There is no love lost between us, Vampire. But thank you.
Please, who are you? I sense your sadness.
If you must know, they call me Old Bridget.
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon, but I sense your pain.
So is it you that Sean Hampton sent?
Perhaps.
Sean is a Skull. All those I've encountered have been violent,
Maybe because he is the sad saint. Or perhaps because I am Old Bridget of the Sewer Skulls.
Sean killed a patient of mine. And that's just one of the murders he's being hunted for.
If you refer to...
Harriet Jones is alive.
No.
I don't understand.
Keep your distance, Ekon. We're at your mercy. How is London? I've not seen beyond these walls in such a long time. Your place is not here.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me? I've so many questions.
I love.
Do you... We are not dead, Harriet. And what makes you... Questions...
Nothing, Doctor.
Have you found the answer?
There is...
Get...
What is a Skull, in fact?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker.
You meant... I found...
Your...
Where did...
We claim...
You...
It... We... We... From...
Thank you, old... Are you all right, sir?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Oh, really?
I...
Eternal gratitude for your protection, Master.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
You make no distinction between the living and the Skulls, do you?
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Does this place belong to you? How can you be so certain you can keep it open?
This warehouse was once property of the Dawson family, but has been bequeathed me through donation.
The door?
Not at all.
So... Harriet, Miss Jones, has been behaving in a most violent manner.
That's...
Harriet is possessed by her hatred. You cannot let her roam free. She's dangerous.
She has joined her own kind, Doctor. Old Bridget is a saint to the young...
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of his divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen.
Let's simply agree that all are one and the same.
Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges... You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I have come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I really would like to believe your fairy tale. The good ghoul feeding upon the flesh of the dead. But I'm all out of innocence.
Do you question my faith, Dr. Reed?
Do you remember William? Oh, how his admiration for you was exceeded only by his hunger.
May his soul rest in peace.
A night will come, and you will suffer the same hunger. Someone who trusts you completely, a friend, will die never to wake.
You confuse your voracious appetite with my itchy hunger. I would never kill a friend, nor an innocent...
I believe you've discovered our defining difference.
No! No!
Another corpse thrown in the streets. Someone's playing a very... I know this brooch. This is my mother's. A birthday gift from father. "29 Pretty Orchard Street. That's near Poplar's district. Why would this man carry off my mother's brooch? I must go there. 29 Pretty Orchard Street. This is it. What's in there for me? There's been a fight here. This window was shattered with violent force. Someone's been pulled through it and dragged through the street. Who could have done that? Where does this blood trail lead?
Are you deaf? Get them weapons!
Delivery expired to be found here. You're surprising.
It's on to us!
The marks on this woman's neck were made by the fangs of a vampire. This is the very flower my mother tossed on Mary's coffin. Someone is targeting my family. Only a golden watch in her pockets. Her shoes and clothes are quite worn out.
I see you.
Right then. It's a sick game. But given no choice in the matter, I might as well win it. What was that? I won't let you escape. You're very fast, but I'll catch you. They've all been butchered. I can still sense a presence. I feel someone's eyes upon my neck.
Help me, please! You! What have you done?
Vicar Larrabee, what happened?
Demon! Hell Scourge! Son of perdition!
Vicar! Jonathan's no demon. He's just a soul. Returned from the dead. Like your Christ, Vicar.
Mary, is it really you?
Oh, it's me, all right. Precious brother.
What is Mother doing here?
I'm gathering the family for a final reunion.
Mary.
Mother, say hello to your son.
Hello, Jonathan.
Mother,
What do we have here, Mother? The prodigal son has lost his tongue. Our Jonathan always had the first and last word at dinner. The entertainer, the star of our show.
I'm sorry. Let me explain.
Shut up. It's my turn to do the talking. I have this nasty hole in my chest, Johnny. It needs to breathe.
Of course. You can speak.
My prayers went so long without an answer. My husband, killed in France. My child, carried away by the flu. My brother promising to return in his letters, then disappearing in thin air. I went from hospital to hospital. Cemetery to cemetery. Grave to grave. I've lifted every stone in London, searching for an end to the nightmare. And there you were. In front of me. On a dark pier.
The hunger had taken me.
The joy to have finally found you. I longed for your arms, a final happy ending to so much tragedy, to tell me all would be well again, as you did when we were children. It was this filthy dock where you greeted your sister. I dug a tunnel from my grave with my fingers and teeth.
Mary. I thought I had murdered you. I tried to end myself. We've been through the same horror.
We are a disease, Jonathan. A sickness that corrupts all it touches. All we kiss, and all we kill. Look at me. Admire your ilk.
I'm so sorry.
Apologies will not suffice. I demand reparation. I want a miracle. Are you a miracle worker, Dr. Reed? No? I'll show you mine then. The family Reed, reunited and complete, living forever in a red sea of eternal love. Time to go, Mother. Say hello to my son for me.
Mary, wait. I have made friends with vital knowledge. Vampires. We are not alone, Mary. With time, we can learn to live almost as we lived before.
How long?
What?
How long will this masquerade continue? I've been watching you. All these nights in Whitechapel, pretending you're still a doctor. You believe you're just fighting a disease. But it's you, the disease. Jonathan, you!
I'm a scientist. I'll find a solution. Let our mother go, please.
You're always the one to sway me to reason, Jonathan. But before, your motivations were always pure. Now you're tainted.
Let her go! She has no part to play in this.
Very well. Have you heard our good doctor? You can go home, Mother. Go home and rest in peace.
Yes, I'll go home and rest.
It's so easy to make them obey or forget. Puppets for our pleasure. I've seen you have your fun.
You are mad.
Oh, So that's what I am, Doctor. Mad. I was beginning to wonder. I've been hearing these voices in my head. One in particular, that of my dead brother. This is the reason I must kill you. Not for your betrayal. Not for our poisonous kiss. Not even for the lies you tell yourself. No. It's so that smooth and wicked voice will stop ringing in my ear.
Mary. No, don't!
Time to die, brother. And this time for good. Kinslayer! You've burned away Nurse Crane's mind. You're a monster! Kiss me again. Give me your blood, priest. Final thoughts are just to die for. Rest in peace, monster. I'll show you the same kindness you showed Sean Hampton. Well, brother, it's time to bring this conversation to an end. Forever.
You know I will not play this game.
Calm now, Doctor. Like a rabid dog. Or think you're performing an autopsy.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll kill them all. The kind Dr. Swansea. The sweet little lass with hair of red. I am the Harbinger, bringing your punishment.
Mary.
Don't you see? This is not me. Flesh that never ages. All nightmare, no dream. Bring it to a close. Let me sleep.
I will find a cure, Mary. I swear it.
Then, at last, I can forgive you.
shed one last red tear for my fallen sister. I realize the entire world now revolves around this singular word. The epidemic that has stricken London is not the Spanish flu. It is transmitted through the blood, via violent biting, turning survivors into frenzied immortals. I am Dr. Jonathan Reed. I am a vampire, born anew into an age of death and pestilence. While plotting factions close in around me, I am sworn to find the source of this epidemic. I am convinced greater perils are still to come. I know the answers I seek are hiding in our blood.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still...
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
At least that mistress of the dark stopped following me.
The Pembroke is so lucky to have Dr. Reed, you know. I met him in New York.
If only there were more of us. Less resignation, more determination.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like...
Wise choice, Doctor.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening. Wise choice.
lost!
You must prepare, child. For the earth is bleeding and the harvest...
Stay away!
This is no...
Leave!
But the shadows are our home.
I had to kill Mary.
I have known your pain.
Silence!
The
Son!
I'm tired of all these puppet shows.
They want war. I'll show them war.
Whatever this poor woman did, nobody deserves this kind of punishment.
Want some of this? Turn you to dust!
So this is where she lives. What a splendid house.
Dr. Reed, welcome. How are you?
As good as one can be, considering the circumstances.
Yes. Death and affliction seem prevailing themes of late. Please, come in. We have much to discuss.
I hope I haven't disturbed you.
Not at all. Actually, I was counting on you visiting me tonight.
How strange, this painting. Beautiful, melancholic, yet with a haunting dignity.
Indeed. A long time ago, a friend asked me to paint this for him. But I kept it in the end.
I did not know you were a painter, my lady.
There are many things you do not know about me, young Ekon.
Please, Call me Jonathan.
Please excuse my behavior, Jonathan. I tend to tease my friends when uneasy.
What is bothering you, my lady? Your letter was quite...
I would like you to tell me about yourself. How have you been since we last met, my friend?
My sister Mary. She was made a vampire in the...
Vengeance.
I swear...
That is...
What do you...
I am...
In the end, she...
I am so sorry.
There is no...
Thank you.
I think...
Fair enough.
Please do...
If...
I must say, your house is exquisite.
One of the advantages of living forever is having the time to be selective with one's furnishings. I took the liberty of having tea served.
You can still drink tea.
Can't keep it down, but I do so enjoy the aroma. Let us toast to make-believe. And of course to your health, Jonathan.
And to yours, my lady.
Please, call me Elizabeth.
So, my lady, why, truly, did you invite me here?
I've been asked to deliver an official invitation to meet the Ascalon Club.
Who are they? Really?
They are...
How...
Only a small...
Well,
I...
Why?
Because they...
What? Have...
Not...
Should I try...
Of course not. Because...
Should...
We all lie, John.
They...
I guess they now see you as Ascalon material.
I'm not sure I can accept their invitation. I have seen...
You have no choice, Jonathan.
If you...
Thank you.
Is the...
Yes.
You should flee, then.
Your concern warms my heart, Jonathan.
Thank you for the...
I doubt it.
One day soon...
And I shall help...
Will I see you again?
No. Could you do me a last great favor?
I should be honored, my lady.
Then it is settled. Finally, some good news in these...
Thank you. I appreciate the advice. I had best prepare myself to meet this Lord Redgrave now.
How thrilling to meet the Earl of Bristol in the flesh, so to speak.
Something tells me you're not very keen on the man.
Don't get me wrong. The gentlemen of the Ascalon Club are honorable, but their attitude and opinions are somewhat antiquated.
I see.
As long as they deny access to female applicants, I will leave them to their antediluvian considerations as to the natural order of things. Jonathan, promise me you'll be careful.
Of course. But why the fear in your voice?
Look at me, Jonathan.
I am.
I mean, really look at me, young Ekon. We may be deceptive by nature, but this heart of mine has always told the truth.
Oh. Elizabeth.
Go, my friend. But come back to me soon.
So, time to visit the Ascalon Club. I cannot enter.
Piece of shit!
Recognise him?
No. This one ain't on our list.
Well, that's one less anyway. It'll make the fun happen.
That was the vampire I saw earlier. This war takes no prisoners. It's locked, all right.
This is no place for you. Crush them, leech boys! Let's pin it down!
The West End. Never have I felt so sad to be back home.
vampire society.
Die too in this
Not
war.
quite as subtle as I expected. Good evening, Avery.
Mr. Jonathan? I can't believe my own eyes. Oh, it's a miracle. We all thought you were... Oh, sir, your poor sister.
I know, Avery. I know about...
Miss Reed...
How is my mother?
Not well, I'm afraid, sir. Miss Reed is very...
The police?
Miss...
Perhaps...
I'm a...
How...
I'm
You're... to be... What for...
You're...
Tell me the truth, Avery.
No, sir.
This house...
If... Oh...
You...
Then I will... You will... Yeah, you... I know you...
My hope...
That's... Good.
Goodbye.
Of...
Mother. Good evening.
Jonathan! Is it you?
I'm right here, Mother.
Yes. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost.
Mary.
I know she's gone. The question is, when will she return?
Why do you say Mary is visiting you, Mother? You know that's impossible.
Why should it be? Are you not standing in front of me right now? Why should it be any different with your...
But Mary really is...
Yes. And are you not dead too? Isn't your father dead?
But I'm not dead.
Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you...
Why do you say...
What?
You think Avery...
I don't... You don't have...
Have I changed?
You are...
Do you...
I just want... I'd be glad...
She's not.
The important...
Tell me, Mother.
I'm so... What happened, John?
I chose...
How
Have you...
I never...
It was just...
A night...
Goodbye, Mother.
Goodbye, son.
Do you know where you are standing right now?
In front of the Ascalon Club, I presume.
The Ascalon Club only summons or ostracizes. What is your business tonight?
I received an invitation. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then, Dr. Reed. Please proceed. Lord Redgrave is waiting on you upstairs.
There has been quite a battle here. I'm sure the Ascalon Club has the money to replace the furniture.
Good evening. We repel the intruders for now.
My good friends, if I may have your attention. Behold our visitor, the good Dr. Reed. Newborn of blood so pure and strong that even my friend Fergal Bansher was no match for him.
Hear, hear, hear!
Come forward, young Ekon, for we have so much to discuss. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. I am Lord Redgrave, Earl of Bristol and chairman of this exclusive association.
Lord Redgrave.
At last we meet. I've been eager to make your acquaintance. I've heard some astounding things about you. Please accept my condolences for your loss, Dr. Reed.
Thank you, my lord. Lady Ashbury expressed your wish to meet me.
Yes. The lady has always been a useful acquaintance, though not always reliable. Is she a good friend of yours?
Yes, she is. I may even say I had...
The centuries have taught me never to trust a woman.
My lord, do not expect me to speak ill.
Of course not, and I praise your loyalty. Would you offer...
What do you mean?
I speak of the Skull Plague that threatens London.
The epidemic has escaped the quarantine.
We don't know for certain, but we can...
Why have you asked me here? You want me to find... talk?
Well, no. I also wanted to meet the intriguing Ekon.
No.
Have no embarrassment, Dr. Reed.
What do you mean?
I would like...
I agree.
This is good news. Fear not. My fellow members, dear friends, please gather and welcome this Ekon as one of our own.
Is he worthy? Is his blood pure?
Well, speak, Dr. Reed, in front of the most sacred blood. The blood of our beloved William Marshall, speak now. Will you serve and protect the crown as he did?
Yes, I will.
Then, young Ekon, it is time to testify with your blood. It is time to sign the Book of Allegiance. I know it's awfully gothic and a tad pedantic, but England's traditions are the backbone of our nation. delightful. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, Dr. Reed. Take your place among the bearers of the lance.
One of us! One of us!
That went well, did it not?
You have them. So what? I'm listening.
And I spotted at least 2 foreign echoes. This is an
I have met peaceful and wise Skulls.
Skulls are hideous, shameful creatures that give all Ekon a bad name.
So?
I want you to investigate the city thoroughly. I have reason to fear there are cases of contagion in this part of town.
And how would you like?
By all means necessary, Doctor.
Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then Dr. Reed. Welcome to the Ascalon Club, then Dr. Reed.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What? Well, as... Miss...
Oh, I'm absent.
What?
I am glad you...
Are you not...
Why do you...
Lord Redgrave is outside.
I think Lord Redgrave just suggested I was sired by an ancient vampire.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my God. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young Ekons. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys. A nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood. Her before me.
Don't let any strangers come into your house.
Good evening, sir. Please forgive me for disturbing you. I'm a doctor.
I never judge a man by his title, but by his attitude. And you are not disturbing me at all. I am Calhoun Russell, and I welcome you.
Well, I must admit, it's good to receive a warm welcome for once. I'm Jonathan Reed.
Welcome, Dr. Reed. Welcome to my humble shop.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Not really. Wait, now...
Thank you.
That...
I may... Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been